everybody, and welcome to Asgard. So this is a video that I've been putting off for a very long time. I don't know how the video or audio quality is going to sound. I'm currently using my Osmo Pocket, which is my vlogging camera, and I actually have it connected to my phone via a Bluetooth connection, and so I'm actually able to see what the image looks like. So hopefully everything comes through with y'all. Hopefully the image and the camera and the video does not cut out. But here is the long-awaited Blu-ray collection video. I am indeed in the process of packing, and so oh boy, let's see how this thing goes. I've seen so many other people do it, and now I realize, oh my gosh, there really is so much effort into it. So, first thing, starting off with some of my collections, some of my collector's editions. So first off, Casablanca Collector's Edition. Very, very proud of this set. Unfortunately, the cardboard box is kind of beat up, but it does come with some pretty cool stuff. It comes with a booklet with several pictures in it. It comes with a poster, like a legit Casablanca poster from the old school times. It also comes with some coasters too. So anyway, I like it personally because, again, I am a huge collector, and Casablanca is one of my all-time favorites, and it is freaking fantastic. The one collection, though, that one movie buff cannot do without is the 50, yes, you counted it right, 50 film collection from Warner Brothers. So I got this actually for Christmas one year because it was on sale for a ridiculously cheap amount, and so shout out to Mom once again for that. But this is indeed a limited edition, but it comes with a crap ton of movies. I can't even list them off right now because it's just an insane amount. But again, Warner Brothers 50 movie collection. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. The really cool thing about this set is that it comes with one digital code that uploads essentially all of the movies that are available in digital form, and that's what I love the most about this, because I have digital copies of all these movies, but also have the actual Blu-ray copies as well. And this is what's allowed me to be able to get rid of some of my older copies, because I had individual copies until I got this set overall, and it's very, very awesome because of that. All right, a controversial set is the Star Wars entire saga collection. That's right, the entire saga, because this is the entire saga. There is and are no other Star Wars films ever in history, because let's just be honest, let's just imagine like Disney Star Wars never actually happened. But this also includes the prequels as well, and unfortunately, this also includes the very, very poorly done special edition original cuts, or rather special edition Star Wars original trilogy cuts from what, not 2011, but basically from 1997. Their 1997 special edition, where basically George Lucas went back and added in some CGI elements and just added stuff that no one really wanted in this movie. And so unfortunately it's those copies, but I wanted to get it because I am I am still a very hardcore Star Wars fan, and obviously I needed to have this in my collection, even though obviously the prequels are not the greatest, and those issues exist there. But that's the reason why I've got these three movies right here. So these are the Star Wars Despecialized editions, and so I have that going with that collection, because it reminds me, wait a minute, if I ever want to see the original cuts, I've got the Star Wars Despecialized edition set right here. I sometimes give those away for giveaways on the channel. Another set that I'm very happy with, and I'm very, very, very proud of, is this set right here. It's the Back to the Future collection. It is the 30th anniversary collection, and what I love about it is that the flux capacitor fluxes. It lights up. It's so cool. It's so very cool. But it comes with all three movies. It also comes with the complete animated series as well, which I thought was pretty cool. Never actually watched the animated series, so it's definitely on my things that I want to watch at some point. At some point, I want to watch every single movie. Something that you're going to hear a lot today is that I haven't seen this. Oh yeah, I haven't seen this. Oh yeah, I remember picking this up, but I haven't seen it yet. You're going to hear that a lot. But as far as Back to the Future goes, it's my all-time favorite trilogy, and I would say that the animated series is probably going to be pretty fun. Though the one reason why I kind of been dragging my feet on that is because they don't have the original actors doing the voice acting for it, and so that's kind of made it a little bit, I'm not really looking forward to it. All right, the next set is Fox, 20th Century Fox. May she rest in peace. This is the Fox Searchlight Pictures, and so now I feel like this is even more valuable because it's all pre-Disney, but this is Fox Searchlight specifically, and it comes with The Brothers McMullen, The Full Monty, Boys Don't Cry, 28 Days Later, Sideways, Napoleon Dynamite, Garden State, Little Miss Sunshine, The Last King of Scotland, Once, Juno, Slumdog Millionaire, 500 Days of Summer, Crazy Heart, 127 Hours, Black Swan, The Descendants, The Best Exotic, Marigold Hotel, Beasts of the Southern Wild, which is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life, and 12 Years a Slave, which was actually a really well done film, and I personally love Chiwetel Ejiofor. But yeah, again, obviously there's many different thoughts I could have on that, but 20th Century Fox, it's a pretty good collection. I like it a lot. All right, getting into some more sets. So this is actually also going to be going into my TV collection as well. So I got the entire season of Firefly, the only season, which is really sad. It's one of the greatest shows of all time. I also have the original Christmas Classics Collector's Edition Anniversary, which has Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town as well. And you just gotta have it. I mean, during Christmas time, you want to put in a Christmas movie. I got all the classics here, so I don't have to worry about them coming on TV, especially with all the classic stuff now being attacked because of, you know, supposed racism, etc. I'm glad that I actually have them so that if they were trying to change things up, I still got them. All right, I've also got the incomplete series of Breaking Bad. I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. I remember I got into this series towards the last couple seasons, and I was able to catch up in time. Actually, no, it was for the last season. I was able to catch up to watch live the last season, and man, oh man, this series is freaking fantastic. This all came with a digital copy as well, but it's beautiful. If you've never seen this series before, it knew exactly how long it needed to be, and it did not put anything extra into it. Every episode is worth it for character development, story development. I mean, great series. If you've never seen it before, do yourself a favor and watch it. The only season of Game of Thrones that I own is season 1. Actually, no, scratch that, reverse. I actually own season 2 technically too, but it's on a smaller disc. But Game of Thrones season 1, man, oh man, I remember when the show used to be awesome, and I just love having Mr. Ned Stark here on the Iron Throne, which is kind of, you know, hilarious when you know everything that goes on with the series, especially at the end of the first season. But it's really nice. It's very nice collector's. It's a really nice set, I would say, and the slipcover's got all the different houses and everything on it. So anyway, it's pretty cool. I like it. Oh, I miss that show. I wish that show could have been better. Band of Brothers. I've heard nothing but great things about this series, and I really want to watch it one day, which is why I have it. It was on sale for very cheap. Here is that, as I said, Game of Thrones Season 2, but as you can see, it's not nearly as pretty. But I got it because it was really cheap at the time, and I thought I was going to rewatch the entire series at some point, but not anymore. I also have the Pacific. So Band of Brothers and the Pacific. This one actually comes with a really nice metallic case, and again, this is a series I really want to watch one day, and that's why I own it. I've also got the Bourne Classified Collection. I am, you know, despite what one can say about Matt Damon, this actually series is a pretty good one. I like it a lot. I like it a lot because they're just fun action films. And so this actually comes with the Bourne Identity, it comes with the Bourne Supremacy, and it comes with the Bourne Ultimatum. And at the very end, it's got the Bourne Legacy. Just pretend like that never happened. And then Jason Bourne, which is a movie that I have not seen yet. This is the ones, like, I don't count Bourne, I mean, as much as I love Jeremy Renner, not a great choice. Jason Bourne is the one movie that I have not watched yet, and now I've just reminded myself, oh wait, that's right, I do own this, and there's also a bonus disc there in there as well. So I'm gonna have to watch that at some point because I do like the movies, but I heard that Jason Bourne, the last film, is pretty crap. So yeah, looking forward to that. I've also got the Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. This has all of his greatest works on there. Gotta love Alfred Hitchcock. He is one of the best filmmakers of all time. I freaking love it. I have Toy Stories 1, 2, and 3. And as you see on the box, it says the complete Toy Story collection. And I choose to believe that still. It is the complete Toy Story collection. There are no others. And if anyone that says that there is a fourth one and there might be a fifth or sixth one, no, just 3. We're going to end it there. I also have all 8 Harry Potter films, so I really enjoyed the films in theaters. My wife is a gigantic Harry Potter buff, and this one was on sale, and so I was like, hey, you know what? That's probably a pretty good one to pick up as well. I also own all 4 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Yes, I know the first one is the only really good one. The second one's, it's pretty good. I think the ending of the second one kind of makes up for any of the blondness that might exist in it. Number 3 really isn't all that good, but it's still one of those things where sometimes you just kind of want to watch them all. But also it has the 4th one on there. Now I will say this much. The 4th movie is not good. However, the storyline between the missionary and the mermaid, just going to be honest, I was interested. I bought their romance on screen. They had good on-screen chemistry. I also have the Mel Brooks collection as well, and so this one actually has the movies listed. 12 Chairs, which I've not seen. Blazing Saddles, which is great. Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, which I haven't seen. High Anxiety, which I haven't seen. History of the World Part 1, which is awesome. To Be or Not to Be, which I haven't seen. Spaceballs, and Robin Hood Men in Tights. So Mel Brooks, also one of the greatest directors of all time, and I have all of his greatest works. Speaking of great directors, I also have the entire Clint Eastwood collection. This not only includes the things that he directed, but also the things that he was in, and it's a 20-film collection set, and it's Clint Eastwood. I mean, come on, dude. He's one of the few non-crazy SJW people in Hollywood these days, and so I have to have it. And again, it was on sale when I got it, so I never got these things for full price. So if you look these prices up, he's like, oh my gosh, how did you afford it all? I pretty much waited for all of these to be on sale, or I got them as a gift for Christmas. Also, I have all 6 Fast and Furious films. That's right, I said all 6, because there is nothing else. There are only 6. 7 was terrible. 8 was awful. And Hobbs and Shaw looks like it could have some potential, and I do tend to like those types of films. Again, I own all 6 of these, and I love all 6 of these, even the really bad ones, because they're just fun. I did not have fun with 7 and 8. They just were not there. They were just not very good for me. And then finishing off my TV collection, so again, that was the end of my big box office, big sets, and also TV collection as well. I've also got, thanks to Laura, Ryan stole my fan fiction story, I got Star Wars Rebels Season 1, Star Wars Rebels Season 2, Star Wars Rebels Season 3, and also Star Wars Rebels Season 4. So thank you again, Laura, for that. I own the entire series of Rebels, and at one point in time, I would like to own the entire Clone Wars series on Blu-ray as well, though I'm probably going to wait for that to be available for cheap on eBay, because I don't want to give Disney any of my money. Alright, so now getting into the individual film collections. There are going to be some compilations throughout, because the way I broke this up is I basically made my collection alphabetical. What you're going to notice is that it's kind of backwards alphabetical. It's just because it was the only way that I could really make it work, so that way I have it the way I want it when I'm packing. Because obviously, you don't realize how much time it took to get them all in alphabetical order. It almost drove me insane, but because you saw how many movies I posted a picture on Twitter earlier. But anyway, I'm doing it in reverse order, just that way it's easier for me to pack, because all these things are going to the boxes after I finish this video. But there are some movies that have not been put in my collection yet because I'm lazy, and also because my shelf has very limited space. I had movies on top of movies, and I didn't have space to put it in. So I'm hoping that once we move to the new place, I can get a new Blu-ray shelf, and I can have all of the movies fitting into one shelf. So we'll see what happens with that. So these are all movies that are relatively new. So first off is a very brand new one to the collection, which is Children of Men on Steelbook Blu-ray. Guys, if you've never seen this movie, it is freaking fantastic. There's actually a really strong pro-life message to it as well. I don't think the actors knew that there was a pro-life message to this movie, but there is. And the steelbook is just beautiful. I mean, just look at that. Just look at that. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. So I would definitely highly recommend that movie because it's just gorgeous. Another film that's new to the collection that I'm very happy that I finally have, Blade Runner 2049 on 4K. So you guys know, freaking love this movie. Denis Villeneuve is one of the greatest filmmakers of the modern era. And I had to have this movie, and I was able to find this for a decent price on eBay because it's very, very hard to find. And overall, I'm very happy with that purchase, and I'm glad that I won that because there was one person that was going against me during the auction, and I beat him. All right, something else new. John Wick Chapter 1. This is the Steelbook edition. Just look at that Steelbook. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I've become a Steelbook, kind of like an addict recently, thanks to JJ, because we've been doing a lot of Steelbook giveaways on the channel, on the main channel over on Odin's Movie Blog. So, John Wick Chapter 1, what else can be said? It's great. I also got A Quiet Place on Steelbook. I just had to, the Steelbook's beautiful. What's really cool is you see the scratches on there, there's actually indents there, because it's meant to feel like there's actually scratches in the actual Steelbook disc, which is amazing. If you've never seen this film, very, very good. There's not a lot of talking. Obviously, it's called A Quiet Place, but man, oh man, is it fantastic. I also have the 4K of Ex Machina. Oh, one of the great sci-fi films of the modern era. I'm just going to leave it at that. And also, this is a real 4K, not a fake 4K. I've also got this one from Mr. Peabody. I got Red Dogs, which I still need to see. A Red Dog, rather. I still need to see this as well. But it's definitely something that I have on my radar. Once we've moved in and everything and I have time, I cannot wait to watch that at some point. Also from Mr. Peabody, I've got the Water Diviner, or Water Diviner. I think it's Diviner, but I like to say Diviner because that's just how it reads to me. And yes, this is another Mr. Peabody film that I have not seen yet, but I definitely plan on it. He wanted to try and make sure I had a bunch of Australian films, and so he sent me those two. He also sent me another one, which I'll talk about in a little bit as well. I also have the entire Hobbit and Lord of the Rings trilogy. The reason why I got this set is because, one, it was on sale, it was cheap. I think I got this thing for $10. Which, when you think about the fact that you have 6 movies on here, and that means you have probably close to almost 24 hours of content because of how long these movies are, it's a pretty good deal. These are the theatrical cuts. That's the one downside, is that you don't have the extended editions as a part of this set, and I do plan on getting those one day. I do have them on DVD, actually, but I would like to upgrade those to Blu-ray because, this needs to be seen in the highest definition possible, and obviously I think that these would work. Though, of course, if you've been following my channel, you know that we had a whole discussion about the difference between 4K and fake 4K, etc. But anyway, the entire Hobbit collection. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Actually, that's supposed to go over there. All right, I also have Bad Times at the El Royale on the 4K edition. This was my favorite movie of last year. And yes, I like this movie more than Infinity War. Infinity War was a great film. This was a better one because this one was an original concept, original idea, and it was done essentially to perfection. And I thoroughly enjoyed it a lot. I also have the entire Rambo collection. Thanks very much to those who got me on to Rambo. But actually, I owned this set before we started watching Rambo on the channel, but I have all the collection. I know that only 1 or 2, I've heard that 1 is the only really, really good film, though 2 I thought was freaking hilarious. It was fantastic. And I heard also that the more recent one, the 2008 one, was it 2008? When was the last one? 1988, 1982, 85, 88. Oh, does this only have... Okay, it has the 4th film, Rambo, as well. What year was that film? So unprofessional. So unprofessional. Let's see. 2007. So that was the film. I heard that was actually a pretty decent one as well. And I'm very excited for Last Blood. I also have to thank out another person, Bruce, who got me this Criterion Collection, The Naked Prey. Still need to watch this one as well. South Park, bigger, longer, uncut. South Park. Y'all hear me quote it all the time. I also have the Iron Man 2-disc collection edition. I actually got this one for free because of Disney points. Man, oh man, I'm going to miss those Disney points, but no, I'm not because Disney sucks. Anyway, I also have this one from Bruce as well, Tank Girl, which I still need to watch. And I have the 4K of Aquaman. Yes, I know. I gave Aquaman a C+. But my wife loved it. It's got Jason Momoa on it. And if I'm ever going to watch this film again, I want it to be in the highest quality possible. Alright, so now getting into the actual movies themselves, and I'm pretty sure I screwed myself over here, because, okay, wait, no, I didn't. Let me try and make some room, or else things are going to get really messy. Though, don't be surprised if something falls at some point. Something will fall. I'm trying my best to keep all of these sets balanced and not falling. Okay, sorry, so sorry, but I have these things out of order a little bit. Alright, so, first movie up, Blood Diamond. Really good film. Like it a lot. This is a Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Connelly, Djimon Hounsou. Great actor, great movie. Like it a lot. Blade Runner 2049. This is actually one that I can put to the side because this is a 4K edition that I will be giving away. So yeah, let me go ahead and put that over there because that one can go away. That one can be given away. I also now have the entire 30th anniversary collector's edition of Blade Runner. This has every single cut of the film, including the final cuts, but I really wanted to have the theatrical cut and the other cuts because I kind of want to see them at some point. Cannot wait to actually watch those because it fascinates me, the entire story. Birdman, great film. Really great film. The editing to this film is freaking genius. Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. Not the greatest film out there. It does have a very interesting performance in here from, what was it, what's her name? Kristen Stewart. But she's actually not bad in this film overall. It is a little bit beat up, which I don't really like. I kind of wish I had gotten this replaced with a slipcover, but it's actually not a terrible film. It's a very good commentary on war, I would say. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Excellent! I need to get Bogus Adventure at some point. I think there's a really nice steelbook out there that I might try and get my hands on because it looks pretty good. Birdcage, one of the funniest Robin Williams movies of all time. Freaking love that movie. I have the steelbook edition of The Big Lebowski. I like to do. So good. The Big Short. This was an interesting film because some people would ask, why would you have this film? Wasn't this all about the economic crisis and downturn of 2008? Yes, but it pretty much stayed on task and on story, and because it didn't try to make too much extra commentary, it was actually pretty damn good. Big Hero 6. You're going to see a lot of Disney films in here. Man, oh man, never buying a Disney film ever again. Big Eyes. Pretty decent film. This is a Amy Adams and Christoph Waltz and a Tim Burton film. It's pretty good. I also have a double edition of Big and Mrs. Doubtfire. Two awesome classic films. Again, another Robin Williams one. I also have the Blu-ray double feature of Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments. Oh, and there we go. Already have Blu-rays dropping and falling all over the place. And I'm sure that will not be the last time it'll happen. But anyway, Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments. I've seen Ten Commandments. Never seen Ben-Hur. I know, Tina. I know. I need to watch it at some point, and don't worry, I will. Begin Again. Very cool independent film with Mark Ruffalo. Beetlejuice. Yeah. Michael Keaton's best role. Cannot wait to see him play it again. Beauty and the Beast on Blu-ray. This is actually one I picked up from the wife. I also have Batman Begins on Steelbook, and I mean, just Steelbook is beautiful, so I had to have it in that capacity. It's a Blu-ray copy. I also have the entire Batman motion picture anthology, which includes the 1989 to 1997. So this has all Joel Schumacher Batmans on there, which means I get Batman Forever. Oh no, it's boiling acid! And I also, of course, get Batman Robin. What cued the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! I have Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Nick Cage at his best. If you've never seen that film, watch it. If you like Nick Cage, you will like that movie. Baby Driver. One of the greatest soundtracks to any movie in recent times. Love that movie. Marvel's Avengers. Oh, the Avengers. They used to be so great. Avengers Infinity War, the last great Avengers film. The last great Marvel film, I would also say. And the last great film by the Russo brothers, unless they're able to somehow turn it around. I have all three Austin Powers. Because they're fantastic. They're fun. They're stupid fun. Another Denis Villeneuve film, I have Arrival. Great film. Great sci-fi film. Apollo 13, I mean, Tom Hanks at his best, great film. Apocalypse Now, I don't know why that makes me feel warm inside. It's a very dark movie. Ant-Man, again, underrated Marvel film, I would say. Annie Hall, I am a huge Woody Allen fan. I know, obviously, there's a lot of accusations that have been made against him. I like to separate art from the artist when I can. Annie Hall is still a fantastic film. Anchorman, because, I mean, come on, I'm Ron Burgundy? A very underrated animation that was not from Disney, Anastasia. Anastasia. Anastasia, as I like to call her. I also have American Psycho. I mean, do you want to return some videotapes? Do you? It's the uncut edition. I've not seen the uncut edition before. American Pie. I mean, the first one. It's the only one that's worth watching. And so it also has the unrated and theatrical editions. I've not seen the unrated version, but I imagine that's probably a good time. American Beauty. Really creepy, but also really well done film. The score to that film is probably my all-time favorite. Like, as far as just lower budget films go. The Alien Quadrilogy. Yes, that's right. The Alien Quadrilogy. That means I have Aliens, Alien 3, or Alien 3rd, and Alien Resurrection. The only two are the only ones that are actually worth watching, but the collection was on sale and I didn't have the other ones yet. Aladdin. This is also another pickup from the wife. 48 Hours. This is a Nick Nolte film and Eddie Murphy film. I still need to watch that one. I heard good things about it. I have a double collection of 3 Days of Condor and All the President's Men. All the President's Men is a film that I constantly hear people talk about as being a great film, so that's why I wanted to watch it. And it also came with 3 Days of Condor, and so I was like, oh, Robert Redford film? Okay, I'll take that. I'll pick that up. 3:10 to Yuma. I've not seen the original 3:10 to Yuma, but I can tell you right now that this is a great film. So as far as Western remakes go, this is one of the best. The 300 double feature, because, I mean, to be honest, not gonna lie, 300 Rise of an Empire, I am much more in a mood to watch that film. 300 has not aged very well. 300 Rise of an Empire is just stupid, and that's why I like it, because it's entertaining. 21 Jump Street, because, I mean, it's 21 Jump Street. It's fantastic. 21, very underrated film, I would say. Jim Sturgis, Kate Bosworth, Lawrence Fishburne, and Kevin Spacey. So, take that for what it's worth. 10 Things I Hate About You, which, I mean, Heath Ledger at his prime, taken from us too soon, and 10 Cloverfield Lane. So you're starting to see a trend here. Look at that, it's now in order. Except when it falls over. Another film that I really love, Dread. Oh my god. This movie, this remake, is fantastic. I'm so sad that we did not get a sequel to this film. I hope one day Carl Urban's like, you know what we need to do? We need to make a sequel to this movie, because you know what? The fans want it. And the fans should get what they want. Oh man, this movie. I own this film. I got this film for $3. And I think it was worth every penny. Dragon Ball Evolution. One of the worst films of all time. And dear Lord, if you're a Dragon Ball fan or a Dragon Ball Z fan, don't watch this movie unless you want to cringe. Now, if you like to cringe, then you might like it, which is why I haven't. Drag Me to Hell. Really underrated horror film. Like it a lot. Donnie Darko. I mean, what else can be said about this movie that hasn't been said already? I personally think this is one of Jake Gyllenhaal's best performances, though I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan. Dirty Dancing. I mean, Swayze, man. Gotta have a Swayze movie. The Disaster Artist. So everyone knows that I'm a huge fan of The Room. The Disaster Artist is an adaptation of the book, The Disaster Artist, that was written by Greg Sestero, who's his right-hand man in all the films, rather in The Room, but also since then they've made a couple movies together, and this one is freaking fantastic. Love it. Love it. I got a 3-pack of The Departed, Goodfellas, and The Aviator. I mean, Scorsese. Another great modern filmmaker. I have Deepwater Horizon on 4K. Why do I have it on 4K? Because it was on sale. And overall, I like the movie. I actually hadn't seen it until I bought it. Deadpool. It's great. Love me some Deadpool. Dazed and Confused. Man, talk about summer movies. That is probably the best one, and I enjoy it. I have The Dark Knight on Steelbook Blu-ray. Oh, so good. I mean, just look at that. Look at that, and then you get Joker on the back. It's a beautiful Steelbook edition. Glad that I own it. The Crow. Need to watch this. Seen clips. Have never seen the entire movie all the way through. Creed. I really wish Creed 2 was better, but this movie is fantastic. That Creed is pretty damn good. I have a double feature of Crazy Stupid Love and Dinner with Schmucks. Steve Carell. These are two great Steve Carell movies. Dinner with Schmucks is actually an underrated comedy, I would say. Yes, it's an underrated comedy. I think there's a lot of really great things to say about it. I have also the Best Picture Academy Award winners, No Country for Old Men, Shakespeare in Love, Crash, The English Patient, and Chicago. It was on sale for like $5, and I was like, hey, all those movies for $5, I will take it. Unfortunately, Crash is on here, and Crash is one of the most overrated films of all time. How the hell did it win Best Picture? Great question. Coraline, excellent stop-motion animation film. Love it. Copland, a movie that I need to see, but I've heard great things about. Constantine, Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves. This is a movie I want a sequel to. I actually really like Constantine. Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not seen it yet. It's on my list of things to watch. I know, Alex, I know, I need to watch it. I have a triple feature of Collateral, Days of Thunder, and The Firm. So I can speak to Collateral. Collateral is a freaking fantastic film. Have not seen the other two yet, but I have them because, again, it was on sale. Cloverfield, the original. Found footage film, one of the best. I like that one. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Spielberg, I wasn't a fan of this movie. I got to see this actually on the big screen. Was not a huge fan of it, but I own it because it was on sale and because I want to see it again. Maybe it was just the mood I was in. Sometimes movies can be affected by the mood that I'm in, and so that's why I did. Disney's Cinderella. Why do I have this? This was the first date that I went on with my now wife. So I wanted to own this one. This one actually does have sentimental value. She actually did not like this movie. She was like, I don't feel the need to see it again. And I'm not saying that I necessarily do have the need to see it again, but I want to own it so that way one night I can say, hey, let's go watch the same movie that we watched on our first date. So it is what it is. Chronicle, another great found footage film. If you've not seen this before, it's the origin of a supervillain, and it's freaking great. It's before Dane DeHaan went crazy. I have a triple feature here of Chasing Amy, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and Clerks. So this is before Kevin Smith went absolutely insane, and this was before I actually met him. I actually got to meet him when I was in college. So all three of those films are great. I have the Neil Blomkamp edition, which has District 9, Chappie, and Elysium. District 9 is the best one out of this series, out of this trilogy by far. District 9 is just a sci-fi film beyond any others. If I recommend it, if you've not seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Chappie is not a great film. I feel like if it was called D. Antwood, The Hollywood Story, then this would be the perfect film. But because it was called Chappie, I felt like D. Antwood had way too much of a role in this film and should have been the actual heroes, and they should have been the actual focus of the film instead. Elysium is just, it's there. Cedar Rapids, great indie comedy. Catch Me If You Can. This might be one of my all-time favorite Spielberg films. This and Hook are, I think, the most underrated Spielberg films. Castaway, great Tom Hanks film. Another Tom Hanks film right next to each other. I have the Daniel Craig James Bond collection. This has Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall. Skyfall is great. Casino Royale is the best. Quantum of Solace, let's just pretend that film never happened. That'd be nice. Wouldn't that be nice? So as I mentioned before, I had the Casablanca collection. This is what it comes in. So it's a little digibook pack. So it's got the Blu-ray and some extra features on DVD as well. So it's got some nice color art to it as well. Captain America: The Winter Soldier, probably one of the best MCU films ever made. Again, you'll see a lot of these. Captain America: The First Avenger, did not like this movie. I did not like it, but I'm a completionist, and so I wanted to have it. But of course, my completionist mindset is going to be challenged because I can't buy any more films because I'm boycotting. Captain America: Civil War, again, pretty solid films right there. The last two, I would say. Or rather, the first and the third one. Camp Nowhere. If you've never seen this film, this is childhood. To me, this is childhood. I always wanted to steal my parents' money and start a camp by myself. The Cabin in the Woods, very, 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 very good horror film. It's a comedy. It's a dark comedy, and it's done freaking fantastic. This is actually the role that got Chris Hemsworth the role of Thor. So, fun fact. A Bug's Life. Disney Pixar's A Bug's Life. I think I got that one for free with Disney points. Brothers Grimm. Matt Damon. Matt Damon and Heath Ledger. I have this because I love Heath Ledger. I'm kind of a Heath Ledger fanboy. I did a college paper actually on stardom. It was a class I took on stardom, and it was about just the type of personalities that usually become movie stars, essentially. And so I did a lot of research into his life and his background. That's why anyone that tries to say, "Oh no, Dark Knight killed him," nah, his problems started long before The Dark Knight. Brooklyn, one of the best movies of that year. So sad it didn't win Best Picture that year, but very, very good. Saoirse Ronan, I love saying that name. Bridge of Spies, pretty good movie actually. Pretty good movie. Glad that the supporting. What is the supporting actor's name? He won Best Supporting Actor. Mark Rylance. Mark Rylance is actually most known for Broadway, and he does a great job on the big screen. Let's see. I have the John Hughes yearbook collection of Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, and Weird Science. Love Breakfast Club. Have not seen the other two. I know. It's on my to-do list. Braveheart, Steelbook edition, Blu-ray. I mean, it's Braveheart. The Boy and the Beast. Heard really great things about this, and I cannot wait to see it. That's why I own it. It was on sale. The Boondock Saints. Great cult classic film. Underrated film, but pretty damn good. The Book Thief. Actually a really good family film. Not a kids movie, family film. I would say that's a good family film. All right. Whew. We're making our way. The Buster Keaton collection, short film collection. I've only seen on this Blu-ray, I've only seen one of these films. Hold on, actually. Nope, scratch that, reverse it. I've seen Sherlock Jr., and that's the only Buster Keaton film I've seen all the way through. This is on sale, and I want to be able to watch some of his movies because it looks like so much fun. Hell or High Water. This movie is freaking great. So the person that wrote this film, I believe, let me see, was this a Taylor Sheridan film? Let me see here. Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges, lead acclaimed film writer of Sicario. Yep. So it's the same writer of Sicario, same writer of Wind River, wrote this film, actually directed this film as well, and it's freaking great. I highly recommend that film. Great cast too. The Heat, pretty funny movie. This is how you do it. Melissa McCarthy, these are the kind of movies that you should be making because they're freaking funny. Hateful Eight, Tarantino film, really good Tarantino film actually. I got to see that one in original 35mm actually, and it was pretty damn good. Hannah and Her Sisters, this is another film by Woody Allen, and this is another film that I still need to see because I've heard nothing but great things. I have the 4K of Hacksaw Ridge. The reason why I own this one is because it was on sale, and also because I did not like this film, and I want to be able to watch it again because I hear a lot of people talk about it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which is not as good nearly as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. And I'm never going to buy another Guardians of the Galaxy movie ever again either. The Gray. Liam Neeson, goodness. I also have the 4K edition of Grease. I actually got this for free. I follow a podcast called Movie BS with Baron Snyder, and apparently this is one of the best 4K transfers of all time. And I'm not BSing you. You can look it up. It's apparently one of the greatest Blu-ray transfers of all time. Or 4K transfers of all time. Gravity. Love this movie. The sound design for this film is one of the best sound designs of any film. Gravity is freaking beautiful. Grave of the Fireflies. This is another one of the Miyazaki films. So when I say Miyazaki, guys, I'm basically going to try and have that be in tandem with the studio, with Studio Ghibli. And so Grave of the Fireflies is apparently an excellent film, and I still need to see it. Grand Budapest Hotel. So Wes Anderson makes some really good movies and some really bad ones. This happens to be one of the really good ones. The Goonies. Freaking classic, love that. 80s, probably one of my favorite 80s movies. Good Morning Vietnam! I'm a huge Robin Williams fan, so you're going to see a lot of those films in here. I also have the Blu-ray for Gone Girl, one of Ben Affleck's underrated performances, but man oh man, what was the name? Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross have a great score to this film. But who is the, oh man, does it have the other people listed here? No, it doesn't. Okay, but anyway, the girl, who is the Gone Girl, I guess you could say, her performance in this movie is freaking amazing, and the fact that she didn't win an Oscar that year just goes to show you why the Oscars are a joke and why you should watch the Wednesday Raven Awards. Don't know what that is? Check out my channel. Gone Baby Gone. Ben Affleck directed this film. First Ben Affleck directed film, probably one of his best, to be perfectly honest. It's one I can go back to. GoldenEye. I love this game. This is the only good Pierce Brosnan James Bond film, and I'm going to stick by that. 2014's Godzilla, better than the 2019 Godzilla, and yeah, you heard that right. I'm going to stick by that. Godfather Part 2, Godfather Part 1. Which one's better? Notice how I don't own Part 3, but personally, I like Godfather Part 2 better. But that's a personal preference. Glory, really good film. Morgan Freeman is in there. Glengarry Glen Ross, based on a play, very, very good play, good movie. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, another film that I really want to see someday. The Gift. Ooh, this film. This film is available for like $5 at one of my local stores. I kind of want to buy a couple because I want more people to watch this film. This is actually a really, really good movie. I recommend it. It's good and creepy. Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Now it says mastered in 4K, but I know that's not true because Blu-ray disc can only hold so much information. Get Out. Jordan Peele did a great job with this movie. That's all there's to say about it. Gattaca. If you want to know the future, look at that movie. It's pretty spot on things that are going on right now in various other countries. Gangs of New York, Scorsese, one of his best, one of my favorites. Game Nights, very underrated comedy film. I highly recommend it. Please go out of your way, if you can, to watch this movie. It's really funny. Fury with Brad Pitt. Fury with Brad Pitt. Never seen it. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a freaking classic. Furious 7. Now some people are asking themselves, wait a minute, Odin, didn't you say that you didn't own this movie? And I thought that I didn't, but I think this was still when I was a completionist. And I think I got this one for like $5. I want to burn it though, because it's not a good movie. Fargo. This, however, that's a good movie. Love Fargo. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Why do I have this movie? I didn't like the movie. The sequel sucked. Like the newest one just flat out sucked. I own it because my wife is a giant Harry Potter nerd, and I wanted to own it for her. Face Off. I'm gonna take his face off. I've actually never seen the entire movie all the way through. That's why I own it, so that I can. Exodus, Gods and Kings. Say what you want about whitewashing. Say what you want about everything else. But overall, I didn't hate it. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wanted to see it again. Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is very, very entertaining, though Army of Darkness is definitely my favorite among that trilogy, or among that universe. E.T. the Extraterrestrial, another great Spielberg film. Equilibrium, great dystopian future film. If you've never seen it before, might be one of my favorite performances from Christian Bale. Ender's Game, the book is so much better, but it was $5. And yes, sometimes I can be that shallow. End of Watch, really great Jake Gyllenhaal film. Found footage. Live, Die, Repeat, or is it Edge of Tomorrow? Either way, they're making a sequel to this, and that's why I had similar hopes that they will eventually make a sequel for Alita Battle Angel, because Alita Battle Angel actually made more money than that film, and they cost just about the same to make. I have also a double collection here of Dumb and Dumber and The Mask. Please, Hollywood, do not remake The Mask. You already tried to make a sequel to this movie, and it sucked. Please don't say, oh, we're going to reboot it with a female now. Don't do that. Please don't do that. That would not be good for anyone. Drive. Great Ryan Gosling performance. And also, one of the best soundtracks to any movie as well. All right, we're getting there. Loving, great movie. Solid. Love and Mercy, very underrated film. Highly recommend it. Logan. Logan. One of the last few truly great. One of the last few. This also is a 3-disc set, which includes Logan Noir, which means it has a black and white version, which I really want to see one day. Lion King. This is one that I picked up from The Wife as well. And everything's falling over the place. Life of Pi. Don't like it, but it's a beautiful movie. Kind of want to have it. You kind of need to have it on Blu-ray. Life of Brian. Yes. Great film. This is another film I got for free. Life. It was an okay sci-fi, but I got it for free, so I'm not complaining. Leon the Professional. A classic that I still need to see. Yes, I know. Hear it now. The Batman movie. This is the only good Lego movie. This is the only good Lego movie. And I'm standing by that. I have a double edition of Layer Cake and Snatch. Snatch is really good. Never seen Layer Cake, though I hear it's freaking fantastic, and it might be the reason why he ended up getting the role. That Daniel Craig ended up getting the role of James Bond because of that movie. Last Action Hero. I got this movie because of someone I watched. I'm actually wearing his shirt right now. The Flick Pick talked about this movie nonstop in all of his Blu-ray collection videos, and I was like, ooh, I want to see it. And I did, and it's great. It's fantastic. LA Confidential. Need to watch it at some point. Hear great things about it. Krampus. This is a Christmas movie. And this is a movie that everyone should watch for Christmas. Krampus. A Knight's Tale. Heath Ledger. One of his best performances. One of his best movies. I thoroughly enjoyed. Kingsman. The only good Kingsman movie. Kingdom of Heaven, which includes the director's cuts. And yes, Kingdom of Heaven director's cut is actually a better cut of the movie. Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2. I don't think I've ever seen both of these films all the way through. Jurassic Park 3D. John Wick Chapter 2. Jingle All the Way. Ooh, Jingle All the Way. That is, Jingle All the Way. That takes me back. The Jerk. That's all I need. It was just the Blu-ray right here. That's all I need. Jaws. Great Steven Spielberg movie. It's a Wonderful Life. One of my all-time favorites and my top 3 favorite films of all time. It Follows. Really good horror film. I don't do horror films very well, but because this one's more of a thriller than it is a horror film, I thoroughly enjoy it. It Comes at Night. This is another film that I think I got this movie for free as well, and it's pretty good. It's not a horror film. If you go in thinking it's going to be a horror film, you're going to be very disappointed. But if you expect just a thriller that's going to make you just go, ugh, it's good. The Island. One of the only good Michael Bay films. One of the only good ones. Iron Man 2. Why do I own Iron Man 2? That's a great question. Odin, why do you own Iron Man 2? Iron Giant, a movie that I've never seen, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. Ip Man, or IP Man, as I like to call him, trilogy. Still need to see these, but I hear that there's some of the greatest modern day martial arts films, and so that's the reason why I have it. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Still need to see this. It was $5. Into the Woods, to Grandmother's House. I like musicals. I'm a sucker for those. The Interview. This is because of the history that this film sets. The fact that they pulled this movie from theaters a week or so before its release, I had to own it. That's pretty damn cool. Okay. Interstellar. Great Christopher Nolan film. This is a film that I hated the first time because the twist of space and everything that happens in the room and string theory and all that stuff, did not like that. Hated that. However, what's cool about this collection is that it actually includes a clip from the movie of the 70mm film projection. which is pretty cool for a film nerd like me. But the second time I watched it, I liked it a lot better. Inside Out, very good Pixar film. Pixar is the only studio in Disney that's making original films these days. Inglourious Basterds, probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino film. Pulp Fiction's up there, but that's probably definitely there. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, and Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. These are the only 3 Indiana Jones that exist. No, you heard that right. They're the only 3 that exist. Independence Day. I mean, our day of independence. Incredible Hulk, one of the most underrated Marvel films. It's actually one of my favorite Marvel films, to be perfectly honest. And I really wish that they had been able to keep Edward Norton around, because I think he would have been great. Inception on Steelbook. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I just realized that there are some movies that you probably couldn't see very well, and I'm very sorry about that. But that's what you get when you're about to move out. The Illusionist. This came out the same year as The Prestige, and they're so very similar to each other, even though they're completely different movies, that a lot of times people say, oh wait, what do you mean, The Illusionist or The Prestige? Prestige is a better film, but The Illusionist is still a pretty damn good one. I Am Heath Ledger. As I said, Heath Ledger fan. This is a documentary about him. This is actually taking footage, because he was actually very much passionate about filmmaking, to the point where he filmed a lot of his life. And so this is a collection of a lot of his own personal footage, which is why I personally love it, because you get to know a little bit more about him, which I really like. Okay, don't want those to fall. Hugo. Great kids film. Howl's Moving Castle. Another Studio Ghibli film, very good. How to Train Your Dragon 2. I like the How to Train Dragons. Number 3 was, I haven't seen it yet. I've seen the first third of it, allegedly. But yeah. The World's End, Hot Fuzz, and The Shaun of the Dead. This is, of course, the Cornetto trilogy. And it's a great trilogy at that. And I will say, World's End is by far the weakest out of all of them. My personal favorite is Hot Fuzz. The editing of that film is freaking fantastic. And as I already mentioned, Steven Spielberg, one of my all-time favorites, Hook. Alright, we're getting there, guys. Slowly but surely. Point Break. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. The Place Beyond the Pines. Hear great things about this film. Still need to watch it. The Peanuts movie. It was actually pretty good. I saw that in theaters, actually. Passion of the Christ. I mean, it's, as a Catholic, I kind of have to own that film. Over the Top. I could do the impression that is done by the Flick Pick, but I think he does it better than I ever could. But if you like arm wrestling. The Order, another Heath Ledger film. Not a great film. However, this had so much potential. Unfortunately, they ran out of money, and the director kind of ran out of steam, and it kind of goes off the rails a little bit. But it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, and because Heath Ledger's in it, it's actually not that bad. Only the Brave. This is one of the few movies that I could say, without a shadow of a doubt, will make most grown men cry. That's how powerful it is. Oliver and Company. Classic Disney. Love it. I don't want to move it because it's going to fall. Office Space. Great film. You have my stapler. You have my stapler. The Roger Moore Collection. Have not seen any of them. I know, guys. I know. This is the Oceans trilogy. These are the only Oceans films that exist. Wait, there's an Oceans 13 with an all-female cast? Oh, that's right. There's Oceans 8. Oblivion. Guys, this is a very underrated film. Some people go after this film saying it's very simplistic. I personally love it. It's probably, this to me has some of the best CGI use ever. To me, this has better CGI than most Marvel films. Alfred Hitchcock, another Alfred Hitchcock collection. This is the classic collection. So these are 3 movies that were not in that other collector's edition set. Nocturnal Animals, a very, very weird film, but it has Jake Gyllenhaal. And I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan, so I had to have it. It was on sale. Nightmare Before Christmas, one of the better Tim Burton films. Nightcrawler, this film right here. I'm probably going to do actually a stream on Thursday, if I can, to show this movie to you guys. If you've never seen it before, Jake Gyllenhaal should have won an Oscar for that performance. And that's not the Oscars. No. He should have won everything for that performance, because he's that damn good in it. The Nice Guys. This film, great comedy. Seriously, if you've never seen that film, do yourself a favor and watch it. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe should always do movies together. New York Stories. I have this because I'm a Woody Allen fan. Still need to watch it. Nausicaa of the Hidden Valley. Studio Ghibli film. Still need to watch it. My Week with Marilyn. Great independent film. My Neighbor Totoro. This right here. Totoro is so damn cute. It's my cousin Vinny. It's my cousin Vinny. This, Marissa Tomei in this film is amazing. Glad that she won that year. The Muppets film. The only Muppets film that exists. Other than the classic ones, of course. I mean, modern era. Because there was apparently another film, but I choose to believe it doesn't exist. The Mummy Trilogy. Brendan Fraser. Goodness right here. Third film sucks, but 1 and 2 are a lot of damn fun. Mud. All right. Matthew McConaughey's in this film, y'all. It's actually a really good performance from him. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. This apparently is another one of those films where it's like it's a mastered in 4K, but it's a Blu-ray disc. But Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, an excellent film. If you are tired of the political establishment, if you are tired of the media, if you're tired of all that nonsense, this is the film for you. It's very, very, very good. Mortal Kombat! The only one that exists. Moonrise Kingdom. Wes Anderson. Still, again, a good Wes Anderson film. Monty Python, The Search for the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail? Great film. Love it. Speaking of great films, I have I have 5 of the Mission Impossible films. I do also own the other one, the most recent film, though I think I have some that are actually in my closet, but I'm definitely not going to have time to get those out, so they're just going to stay there. Men in Black Trilogy. These are the only 3 Men in Black films, but actually the third one can also go away. First 2, though, are some good times. Me, Earl... I knew it was going to happen. And now I've got to carefully make sure these stay in order, or else Odin's going to go insane. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants to see that, now do they? That's what I thought. Okay. Anyway, this movie right here, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Very, very sad film, but also a very, very good film. Underrated. Nobody saw it. Everyone should see it. This film is freaking fantastic. Do yourself a favor and watch it. That might also be one of those films that I watch that I'm like, this is a movie that everyone needs to see, so I might do one of the streams again for that film. The entire Matrix trilogy, the first one's the only one that's really worth anything, but completionist, and I do like the first one a lot. Made by this is gonna cause a little controversy, but I have to do it because oh my god, everything that I hear about it is just like, ugh. This is made by the Wachowski brothers. No matter what you do to yourself, you can't change your DNA. All right, The Martian, Ridley Scott, great Ridley Scott film. Manhattan, another really, really solid film by Woody Allen. Oh, this film right here, Mallrats. It's a schooner, you idiots. It's a sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat. Magnificent Seven, this is the reboot. This is actually a pretty good reboot. I feel like I like modern Western films. I don't like classic Western films. I'm made like that. Maid of Honor, chick flick, but I love chick flicks. And this is one of the good ones. I like it a lot. Mad Max Fury Road. I personally love this film. It is beautifully, beautifully made. I also have Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. The Road Warrior, which I think it's great that they just called it The Road Warrior. Mad Max, this is actually the Australian edition that Mr. Peabody sent me. And I also have this red version. The reason why I didn't want to get rid of this is because, I mean, just look at it, Mr. Peabody. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And MASH, which I've never seen, but I've heard good things about it. All right, let's go ahead and... Okay. Ooh. Sleeper by Woody Allen. Really cool film that I I've seen most parts of this film, but there's still a lot of things I haven't seen. Sing Street. This is an excellent indie film with some really great music in it. I highly recommend it. Mr. Peabody, I think you would really like the music to that. Sin City. Only the first one, because it's the only one that's worth talking about. Silver Streak, a great Gene Wilder film. Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor did some really great stuff together, and that is probably one of their best. Martin Scorsese's Silence. As a Catholic, this movie is so, so powerful. Side Effects. This is actually a really good film. Who is the one? Who is this here? Steven Soderbergh. This is a very good Steven Soderbergh film. A lot of twists and turns they don't see coming, and also an all-star cast. Let's see, you have Jude Law, Rooney Mara, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Channing Tatum. Sicario. I mean, it's great. Sequel's also very good, too. And Shutter Island. Shutter Island is also a solid Scorsese... Oh, yeah, was that a Scorsese film? Yeah, it was. What do you know? I was right. Sherlock Holmes. This actually has both Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes, Game of Shadows. I have movies falling all over the place. Let's see if I can get this done without destroying anything else. Seven Samurai. Criterion Collection. fantastic film. One of the greatest long movies of all time. Seven Psychopaths. Great comedy film. The Sessions. Serenity on Steelbook. Beautiful Steelbook edition. And of course, I mean, it's Firefly, but a movie, and it's great. Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Very underrated Ben Stiller film. Really, really like that film a lot. I have a 3-film collection of Seven, Insomnia, and The Devil's Advocate. I've seen all but Devil's Advocate. Seven is, of course, fantastic. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on Steelbook. Fun movie. Schindler's List, not a fun movie, but it's still a very, very good one. Say Anything, classic, John Cusack, 80s. Ooh, I've got the entire Saw movie collection. I haven't seen all the Saw movies, but I own them. Saving Mr. Banks. Interesting look. It's funny that they go into this to try and make Disney look very good, but they still go against the wishes of the writer, and also this movie portrays the writer in an incorrect way. Let's see, I've got a double feature of Saturday Night Fever and Grease. So I've actually doubled the Grease, but the one other Grease I have is a 4K. The Sandlot, if you're talking about childhood and summer, this is one of those you must have and you must watch. Rush, very, very good film. Runaway Jury, never seen it before, but a friend of mine or not a friend of mine currently, but someone I knew in high school was apparently in this movie, and that's why I own it. Ooh, yes, actually this is still in wrap. So I have not actually gotten the digital code off of this yet, and that is Room with Brie Larson. One that she won an Oscar for before she went insane. The entire Rocky movie collection. Rocky Balboa might actually be one of my favorites, to be honest. It's just a very good movie, as a movie is concerned. Rock of Ages Extended Edition. I'm a sucker for musicals, what can I say? Rob Roy. Movie that I've never seen before, but Liam Neeson, Irish movie, had to have it. I'm going to watch it at some point, though. Roadhouse, with another Patrick Swayze. Need to watch it at some point. War for the Planet of the Apes. Dawn for the Planet of the Apes. And Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I would say Rise is the weakest, Dawn is the best, and War is a decent ending. The Revenant, great film, beautifully shot, probably some of the best cinematography of the last 10 years. Reservoir Dogs, another great Quentin Tarantino film. Rampart, interesting film, but I'm glad that I have it. The Raid 2 and The Raid, if you like martial arts films, you will love these. I think The Raid is better than The Raid 2, but that is just my opinion, man. Pulp Fiction, as I said before, one of Quentin Tarantino's best. Prometheus. This is a film that actually I like the more and more I watch it. Didn't like it initially, though. Let's see, Princess Mononoke. Still need to watch that one. The Princess Bride. Classic. Classic, classic, classic. And Predator Triple Feature. I've only ever seen the first one, but we'll be watching the second one not too long from now. Okay. The Usual Suspects. Unstoppable. Actually, let me put that down there. Uncle Buck, one of John Candy's best performances. Trumbo. This actually is a lot about Hollywood and movies, and that's why I own it, because I love I love movies. I used to like Hollywood. Tropic Thunder. Whoa. Ben Stiller at his best. Trick or Treat. This is a movie everyone needs to watch during Halloween. It's really good. I highly recommend it. Roger Rabbit, 25th Anniversary Edition. Roger Rabbit. I mean, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a freaking classic. Thor, the first film. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Whiplash on Steelbook. This is actually a copy that I gave away. I gave away 2 copies of this Steelbook. Actually, 4 total copies of the Steelbook, and it's beautiful. Love it. One of my all-time favorites of the modern era. When Marty was there, heard great things about it. Still need to watch it. Watchmen, the director's cut, which I still need to see. I've seen the original version of it, and it hasn't aged that well for me. I'm actually not really much of a Zack Snyder fan, but the Steelbook looked pretty good. Okay. I have The Warriors. It's the Warriors. They killed. Come out and play, yay! Oh, I love it. Warrior. This is also a fantastic film. Never did I think I would actually watch a UFC fight until that movie. The Wall. It's going to be a great, big, beautiful... No, it actually has nothing to do with that. John Cena's in that. That's something. Wall Street. A movie that I like. To the Wonder, never seen it before, but I think I got this movie for $1. This was a Dollar Tree movie, and overall, even though Terrence Malick isn't the best film director out there, his work is always well shot. Total Recall, Top Gun, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, that's another one I got for $1. Thor Ragnarok, as I said, probably one of my all-time favorite MCU films. Right next to the original Thor, very underrated film, I would say. This Is the End, great comedy. There Will Be Blood. I drink your milkshake. Daniel Day-Lewis at his best. Terminator Salvation. Why do I own this film? It's a great question. T2, a much better Terminator movie. In fact, the best Terminator film. Also, the original Terminator, good film. Not as good as T2, though. I have the entire Ninja Turtles collection, which includes the original live-action film and that entire trilogy, and also it has the first TMNT animated movie. Have not seen that one. Have seen all the live-action, and they're great. Taxi Driver, I mean, Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, this is great. Oh. Tangled, so I have duplicate copies of that, so don't worry, Mr. Peabody, I do have your copy if you win. Taken, the only movie Taken, because the others let's just pretend that they don't exist. Let's just pretend that they never happened. All right, Sword in the Stone, great Disney film, classic Disney animation. Swiss Army Man, very, very weird, but I like Paul Dano. Paul Dano is another one of those actors that I like most of the things that he's in, and Swiss Army Man is very interesting. Super Troopers, the schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Sunshine, great sci-fi film. Steve Jobs, the better of the Steve Jobs movies. State of Play, I actually like this one. This is one of my favorite. I like Russell Crowe with long hair. He's actually really good in that movie. Star Trek Into Darkness, and the original Star Trek. I know, but J.J. Abrams. I know. It's okay. Split. This is probably one of my favorite M. Night Shyamalan films, and I wish that Glass was better. Spirited Away. Ooh, so good. So good. Miyazaki, Spirited Away is so damn good. Spider-Man Homecoming, I like it, guys. All right, it's fun. The original Spider-Man trilogy, the Sam Raimi version. Spider-Man 1 and 2 are great. Spider-Man 3 sucks, but it's hilarious. Space Jam, I can't believe that they're remaking that, and I'm very upset. I hope that never actually happens. Sling Blade. Yes, Sling Blade. Never seen it. Never seen it. Oh, lordy. This is the last stack. This is the last stack. We're almost there, guys. Zoolander, the Steelbook edition. I know, right? I know. Aren't you so excited to have seen that? Had to been brought witness to that. Zodiac, a movie that I still need to see. It's a long movie, though. I didn't know that. Zero Dark 30, pretty good movie. This movie right here, great anime. Your Name, this movie right here is very, very powerful. Highly recommended. Underrated film, needs to be seen. X-Men Days of Future Past, The Road Cut. Never seen The Road Cut, actually. Glad I own it. X-Men First Class. X-Men. And I also just recently got X2, X-Men United. Those are the only X-Men films that exist. Wonder Woman, the only truly great DC film. I'm sure that's going to piss some people off. Wonder, underrated film. Beautiful, very sad, but very beautiful nonetheless. The Wolverine, which I personally like a lot. The Wolf of Wall Street. So damn good. Winter's Bone, before Jennifer Lawrence went crazy. Wind River. This is an important film. You need to watch this film. This is an important film. Hollywood actually made a film that was worth seeing, and it's called Wind River. The Wind Rises, another one of the Studio Ghibli films. It's okay. It's fine. It's a Miyazaki film, but the story is a little bit lacking. And the last one that I have, Zootopia. Tina, Steph. Zootopia. I found Zootopia. He's right here. But anyway, guys, that is my entire Blu-ray collection. I have no idea how long this video actually is. Almost an hour long, which is pretty much what I expected. I thought it may have gone a little bit longer because obviously I can say a lot about these films. As I mentioned, there are some films that I have in my closet, but because of everything going on, I don't think I'll be able to grab it. But I can say that X2, X-Men United, obviously is a film, as I mentioned before, that I do have in my collection. I mentioned other movies too that I do currently own that just aren't available here, but there's only a few of them. It's not like there's a great stack missing anywhere. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the video below. Do you want to see me do another video like this with a better quality camera and a better quality microphone? Because I'm sure I can find a way to do that once I'm fully settled in Tennessee. But as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, we are currently in the process of trying to get all that stuff figured out. But yeah, let me know if any of these movies are interesting to you, any movies that you want to see, or any movies that you're like, oh my god, Odin, how have you never seen that before? But seriously, all the ones that I recommended are all really great films, and I stand by them. They have Odin seal approval, and so if that means anything to you, buy it, watch it, live it, love it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Now I need to get and put all these things in the boxes and figure out how to get them in alphabetical order, and oh my gosh, maybe I'll just try and get them close to alphabetical order. I don't know. And obviously this file is probably going to take a while to render as well. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you like this video, smash the like button, give it a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You're all amazing people. Please go check out my channel on Odin's Movie Vlog. This is, of course, on the Welcome to Asgard channel, my secondary channel. And I appreciate you guys watching. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.